excited about this track that he was going to embark on. He was just figuring out wanting to work on human rights. He was going to do that. And when that happens to a person, they begin to bloom a little bit. He was starting to say, wow, there are opportunities here. There are things I can do in this world. I can be important.
I did hear from Matthew about 48 hours before his attack. And he told me that he had just joined the gay and lesbian group on campus, and he said he was enjoying it, you know? He was getting ready for Pride Week and whatnot. And he was totally stoked about school. He was really happy to be there.
And in retrospect, I can only say this in retrospect, of course, I think that's where he was heading, towards human rights, which only adds to the irony and tragedy of this.
Let me tell you something else here. There's more gay people in Wyoming than meets the eye. I know for a fact. They're not particularly, what do you call them? The queens, the gay people. Queens, you know, runabout faggot type people. No, they're the ones that throw bail, hay, jump on horses, random and kick ass. See what I'm saying? As I always say, don't fuck with a Wyoming queer, because they will kick you in your fucking ass. But that's not the point of what I'm trying to say. Because I know a lot of gay people in Wyoming. I know a lot of people, period. I've been lived up here some 40-odd years, you know what I'm saying? And I don't think Wyoming people give a damn one way or the other, if you're gay or straight. That's just what I said. It doesn't matter. If there's 8 men and 1 woman in a Wyoming bar, which is often the case, now you stop and think, who's getting what? You see what I'm saying? Oh geez, it don't take a big intelligent mind to figure that one out.
My understanding when I first came here, Catherine Connolly, is that I was the first out lesbian or gay faculty member on campus. And that was in 1992, so that wasn't that long ago. I was asked at my interview what my husband did, and so I came out then. Do you want a funny story? When you first get here as a new faculty member, there's all these things that you have to do, and so I was in my office and I noticed that this woman called. I was expecting, you know, it was a health insurance phone call, something like that. And so I called her back. And I could hear her. She's working on her keyboard, clicking away. And I said, you know, this is Kat Connolly returning your phone call. And she said, oh, it's you. I thought this is bizarre. And she said, I hear you're gay. I hear you are. I was like, uh-huh. And she said, I hear you came as a couple. I'm one too, not a couple, just a person. And so she was a kind of lesbian who knew I was coming, and she wanted to come over and meet me immediately. And she later told me there were other lesbians that she knew who wouldn't be seen with me, that I would irreparably take them. But just to be seen with me could be a problem.
When I came here, I knew it was going to be hard as a gay man.
Jonas Sloniger.
But I kept telling myself, people should live where they want to live. And there would be times I would go down to Denver and I would go to gay bars and people would ask where I was from and I would say, Laramie, Wyoming. And I met so many men down there from Wyoming, so many gay men who grew up here and they're like, this is not a place where I can live. How can you live there? I had to get out. When every once in a while, there'd be a guy. Oh gosh, I miss Laramie. I mean, I really loved it. That's where I want to live. And then they get the start and I look, and I'm like, if that's where you want to live, do it. I mean, imagine if more gay people stayed in small towns. But it's easier said than done, of course.
Today we are moving from our motel and heading to the Best Western. Moises Kaufman. My hope is that it's a better Western. Amanda Grunge.
Today we divided up to go to different churches in the community. Moises and I were given a Baptist church. We were welcomed into the services by the Reverend himself standing at the entrance to the chapel. This is what I remember of his sermon that morning.
My dear brother and sisters, I'm here today to bring you the word of the Lord. Now, I have a simple truth to tell to my colleagues, and I'm going to tell it to you today. The word is either sufficient or it is not. Scientists tell me that human history, that the world is 5 billion or 6 billion years old. After all, what's a billion years, give or take? The Bible tells me that human history is 6,000 years old. The word is either sufficient or it is not.
The sociology of religion in the West.
Stephen Lee Johnson, Unitarian minister.
Dominant religious traditions in this town, Baptist, Mormon, they're everywhere. It's not just Salt Lake, they're all over. They're like jam on toast down here.
The Mormon church had a little different thing going that irritates folks.
Doug Loves, state ecclesiastical leader for the Mormon church.
And that is that we absolutely believe that God still speaks to man. We don't think that it happened for some folks who wrote it in the Bible. God speaks to us today, and we believe that. We believe that the prophet of the church has the authority to receive inspiration and revelation from God.
So the spectrum would be on the left side of the panel. So far to the left that I'm probably sitting by myself is me and the Unitarian Church. Unitarians are, by large, humanists, many of whom are atheists. I mean, we're not even sure we're a religion. And to my right on the spectrum, who is credited? Father Roger, Catholic priest, who's well established here, and God bless him. He did not equivocate at all what has happened. He hosted this vigil for Matthew that night.
I was really jolted, because you understand, when we did the vigil, we wanted to get other ministers involved, and we called some of them, and they were not going to get involved. And he was like, we're going to stand back and wait and see which way the wind is blowing. And that angered me immensely. We're supposed to stand out as leaders. I thought, wow, what's going on here?
God has set boundaries, and one of our responsibilities is to learn. What is it that God wants? So you study Scripture, you look to your leaders.
I hear you.
Then you know what the bounds are. Now once you kind of know what the bounds are, then you sort of get a feel for what's out of bounds. There's a proclamation that came out of the family. A family defined as one woman, one man, and children. There's a family. That's about as clear as we can state it. There's no sexual deviation in the church. No leniency. We just think it's out of bounds.
I warn you, you will be mocked. You will be ridiculed for the singularity of your faith. But let the Bible be your guide. It's in there. It's all in there.
The Christian pastors, many of the conservative ones, were silent on this. Conservative Christians use the Bible to show the rest of the world it says here in the Bible, and most of Americans believe, and they do, that the Bible is the Word of God. And how are you going to fight that?
I am a biblicist, which means the Bible doesn't need me to be true. The Bible is true whether I believe it or not. The Word is either sufficient or it is not.
I arrived in Laramie on September 15th. I looked around, tumbleweed, cement factory, and said, what in the hell am I doing in Wyoming? 3 weeks later, I found out what the hell I was doing in Wyoming.
I had breakfast this morning with a university student named Zubaida Ullah. She is an Islamic feminist who likes to do things her own way.
I've lived in Laramie since I was 4, yeah. My parents are from Bangladesh. 2 years ago, I became Muslim. I decided to start wearing a scarf. That's really changed my life in Laramie, yeah. Like, people say things to me like, why do you have to wear that thing on your head? Like, when I go to the grocery store, I'm not looking to give people Islam 101, you know what I mean? So I'll be like, well, it's part of my religion, and they'll be, this is the worst part, because they'll be like, I know it's part of your religion, but why? And it's, how am I supposed to go into the whole doctrine of physical modesty and my own spiritual relationship with the Lord, standing there with my pop and chips? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, it's so unreal to me that, yeah, that a group from New York would be writing a play about Laramie. And when I was picturing, like, you're going to be in a play about my town, you're going to be on stage in New York, and you're going to be acting like you're us. That's so weird.
Hello?
Yes, hello. My name is Amanda Bronich, and I'm here in Laramie working at the theater company. I went to the Reverend's, your husband's church on Sunday, and I'm extremely interested in talking with the Reverend about some of his thoughts about the recent events.
Well, I don't think he'll want to talk to you. He has very biblical views about homosexuality. He doesn't condone that kind of violence, but he doesn't condone that kind of lifestyle, you know what I mean? And he was just bombarded with the press after this whole thing, and the media has just been terrible about the whole thing.
Oh, I know. I really understand. It must have been terrible.
Yes, I think we are all just hoping this goes away.
Well, do you think maybe I could call back and speak with your husband just briefly?
All right, you can call him back today at 9 o'clock.
Oh, thank you so much. I'll do that.
Today, Barbara and I went to the Fireside Bar, which was the last place Matthew was seen in public.
The Fireside definitely feels like a college bar with a couple pool tables and a stage area for karaoke night. Still, the few regulars in the late afternoon were hardly the college crowd.
The first person we talked to was Matt Mickelson, the owner.
My great-great-grandfather moved here in 1862. He owned Laramie's first opera house. It was called Old Blue Front. And in the 1870s, Louisa Grandma Swain cast the first woman's ballet in any free election in the world. And that's why Wyoming is the equality state. So what I want to do is reestablish my bar business as Old Blue Front Opera House and Good Time Emporium. You know, I want to have a restaurant. I want to have a gift shop. I want to have a pool hall and do all this shit. You know, every night's ladies' night. So the Fireside is the first step towards the Old Blue Front Opera House and Good Time Emporium.
So what about the night Matthew Shepard was here?
We had karaoke that night. One here, 30 people here. Matthew Shepard came in, sitting right where you're sitting, just hanging out. I mean, if you want to talk to somebody, you should go talk to Matt Galloway. He's the kid that was bartending that night. You have to be. His character stands for itself. Hey! Is Galloway bartending tonight?
Okay, I'm gonna make this brief. Quick, get it over with, but it will be everything. Factual. Just the facts. Here we go. 10 o'clock, I clock in, usual time, Tuesday nights, 10:30. Matthew Shepard shows up. Alone. Sits down, orders a Heineken.
Phil Labrie, friend of Matthew Shepard.
Matt likes to drink Heineken and nothing else. Heineken, even though you have to pay $9.50 for a six-pack, you'd always buy the same beer.
So, what can I tell you about Matt? If you had 100 customers like him, it'd be the most perfect bar I'd ever been in, okay? And it has nothing to do with his sexual orientation. Absolute mannerisms. Manners. Politeness. Intelligence. Taking care of me as in tips. Everything. Conversation, dress nice, clean cut. Some people you just know, sits down, please, thank you, offers intellect, you know, within their vocabulary. So he kicks it here. He doesn't seem to have any worries or like he was looking for anyone. He just enjoys his drink and the company around. Now, approximately 11:45, 11:30, 11:45. Aaron McKinney and Russell Henderson come in. I didn't know their names then, but they're the accused. They're the perps, the accused. They walked in just very stone-faced, you know? Dirty, grungy, rude, giddy, that type of thing. They walked up to the bar, and as you know, paid for a pitcher with dimes and quarters, which is something that, I mean, you don't really forget. You don't forget that. 5.50 in dimes and quarters, that's a freaking nightmare. Now, Henderson and McKinney, they didn't seem intoxicated at all. They came in, they ordered a beer, they took the pitcher with them back to the pool room, and they kept to themselves. Next thing I knew, probably half an hour later, they were kind of walking around, no beer. And I remember thinking to myself that I'm not just going to ask them if they want another one, because obviously if they just paid for a pitcher with dimes and quarters, I have a real good feeling that they don't have any more money.
Romaine Patterson.
Money meant nothing to Matthew, because he came from a lot of it. And he would, like, hand over his wallet in 2 seconds, because money meant nothing. His shoes might have meant something. They can say it was a robbery, but I don't buy it for even an iota of a second.
Then, a few moments later, I looked over and Aaron and Russell had been talking to Matthew Shepard.
Aaron said that a guy walked up to him and said that he was gay and wanted to get with Aaron and Russ.
Kristen Price, girlfriend of Aaron McKinney.
And that he got aggravated with it and told him that he was straight and didn't want anything to do with it and walked off. He said that is when he and Russell went to the bathroom and decided to pretend they were gay and get into the truck and rob it.
Okay, no. They stated that Matt approached them, that he came on to them. I absolutely, positively disbelieve and refute that statement 100%. Refute it. And I'm going to give you 2 reasons why. 1, character reference. Why would he approach them? Why them? He wasn't approaching anybody else in the bar. They say he's gay. He was flaming gay. He's going to come on to people like that? Bullshit. He never came on to me. Hello? He came on to them? I don't believe it. 2, territorialism is the word that I would use for this. And that's the fact that Matt was sitting there. Russell and Aaron were in the pool area. Upon their first interaction, they were the ones in Matt's area. In that area that Matt had been in all night. So who approached who by that?
But Matthew was the kind of person, like, he would never not talk to someone for any reason. If someone started talking to him, he'd just be like, go, blah, blah, blah. Like, he never had any problem just striking up a conversation with anybody.
Matt did feel lonely a lot of times. Me knowing that, and knowing how gullible Matt could be, he would have walked right into it. The fact that he was alone, at the bar alone, without any friends, made him that much more vulnerable.
So, the thing is, and this is what I'm testifying to, because, you know, I'm also basically the key witness in this case. Basically, what I'm testifying to is that I saw Matthew leave. I saw 2 individuals leave with Matthew. I didn't see their faces, but I saw the back of their heads. Around the same time, McKinney and Henderson were no longer around. You do the math.
Actually, I think it was the DJ who was the last one to talk to him on his way out that night. Gave him a cigarette or something. His name is Shadow.
I was the last person that Matt talked to before he left the fireside. I was just bullshitting around my shit, and he stopped me. I stopped him, actually. And he's like, hey, Shadow, da-da-da. And I was like, what, man, you getting ready to leave? And he was like, yeah, man, and this and that. But then I noticed him, 2 guys, and they stood outside. You could see it. They were standing there, you know, and he was looking over to them, and they were looking back at him. And I stood and I talked to Matt for like a good 10 minutes. And you've seen the guys with him. You've seen them getting like worried. Like, you know, anxious to leave and shit. So when they took off, I seen it. I seen when they took off. It was a black truck. It was a small truck. And 3 of them sat in the front seat. And Matt sat in the middle. And I didn't think nothing of it, you know? I didn't figure them guys were gonna be like that.
Friend of Aaron McKinney. Oh, I've known Aaron a long time. Aaron was a good kid. I liked Aaron a lot. That's why I was shocked when I heard this. I'm like, I know he was. He was living out far. At his trailer house is what he told me, with his girl. They just started dating last summer. They must have gotten pregnant as soon as they started dating, you know, because they had a kid. He was only 21 years old, but he was running around with a kid. You see, that's the kind of person Aaron was. Just like he always dressed in like big clothes, you know? Tommy Hilfiger, Polo, Gucci. At the time I knew him, he was just a young kid trying to, you know, he just wanted to fit in. You know, acting tough, acting cool. But, you know, you could get in his face about it. He would back down, like he was some kind of scared kid.
Sherry Ainanson.
Russell was just so sweet. He was the one who was the Eagle Scout. I mean, his whole presence was just quiet and sweet. So, of course, it doesn't make sense to me, and I know people snap and whatever, but, and like, it wasn't a real intimate relationship. I was just his landlord. I did work with him at the chuck wagon, too. And I remember, like, at the Christmas party, which he was just totally drunk out of his mind. Like, we were all
Aren't
pretty
you
much
spacing,
just...
guys? Matthew can't get in. Sorry.
He was just totally drunk out of his mind. Like, we were all pretty much just party time. He wasn't belligerent. He didn't change. His personality didn't change. He was still the same little Russell. I remember him coming up to me and saying, "When you get a chance, Sherry, can I have a dance?" Which we never did get around to doing that. But now I just want to shake him, you know? What were you thinking? What in the hell were you thinking?
The fence. I've been out there 4 times, taking visitors. That place has become a pilgrimage site. Clearly there's a very powerful personal experience to go out there. It's so starry, it's so empty. And you can't help but think of Matthew there for 18 hours in nearly freezing temperatures with that view up there, isolated. And the God, my God, why have you forsaken me? Comes to mind.
Company member Greg Perotti.
Bill Lebry, a friend of Matthew's, took us to the fence this morning. I broke down the minute I touched it. I felt such a strong kinship with this young man. On the way back, I made sure that no one saw me crying.
Lee Fondakowski.
Greg was crying on the way back. I couldn't bring myself to